Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Read Aloud with Miss Cope. We are coming back to with The Might of All Angels, which I have permission from Scholastic to read. I'm so excited to get started again. I hope you had a great weekend. I did as well. It was a bit rainy, but I read an entire book and snuggled up on my couch with a blanket and some tea. So I had a great weekend, and I'm glad to see you all again. All right, so let's dive right in. We left off Wednesday, July 28th, 1954, in Dawnie's diary book. And remember, she just got selected to be one of the students from Coburn School, remember all-black school, to attend Prettyman College, the all-white school. Yolanda and I played our favorite game today, a game we called Tell the Truth or Die Trying. Yolanda always started truth-telling by making an X over her heart with her pointer finger. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. If I'm lying, watch me crying. 'Cause I know I will be dying. Then we press our foreheads together to see if either one of us has shed a little crying, dying tear, and to seal the truth between us. Today, Yolanda said she wouldn't be coming to Prettyman with me. Her parents don't believe in integration, especially her father. My pa says, why go to a place where you're not wanted? I didn't believe Yolanda at first. She said, cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. If I'm lying, watch me crying, 'cause I know I will be dying. She had to be lying. This could not be true. Are you telling me a story, Yolanda Graves? 'Cause if you are, cut it out. Yolanda shook her head. I'm telling the truth, Dawnie. I swear. Yolanda didn't seem to cross her heart to show me she wasn't lying. Her down-in-the-mouth expression told me she was being real. Then I remembered the paper Mama and Daddy had signed. I'd been so flabbergasted by seeing their names that I had forgotten to look to see if Yolanda's parents had signed the form too. I guess they hadn't. Well, if you're not going to Prettyman, I'm not going either, I said. But I didn't mean that, and Yolanda knew it too. You gotta do it, Dawnie, she said. How will we ever know what it looks like inside that school if you don't go? Roger Wilkes can tell us. Yolanda said Roger Wilkes' glasses have more smudge on them than a windshield stuck with mosquitoes. I'm surprised he can see his own feet. Yolanda wouldn't look at me. Besides, she said quietly, Roger's not going to Prettyman either. His daddy and ma wouldn't even open the door for those NAACP people, so it's just me. I asked. Yolanda kicked at the gravel under her feet. She nodded. It's just you going to Prettyman, Dawnie. Just me? If a balloon could feel what it was like to be sat on at a birthday party, it would know what I felt right then. Pop. I imagine how Dawnie feels. She thought she had a couple friends to go with her, but now she's the only one going. Saturday, July 31st, 1954 diary book. This weekend, Reverend Collier is hosting folks for Calvary, a visiting congregation from Reston. To welcome them, we held a church-wide picnic at Orm's pasture. I don't know who does the naming of places in Hadley. Orm's pasture isn't really a pasture like where cows gather. Orm's is a raggedy patch of cabgrass that separates Ivoryton from Crow's Nest. It is the closest we come to the white part of town. The grass is more brown than green, but the pasture is wide and offers plenty of open space and is closed in by a chain-link fence. Seeing as there were so many people needing to picnic, I guess Reverend Collier chose Ormond to give us all enough room for spreading our blankets. There was a boy from Calvary who'd brought 2 baseballs, a bat, a bunch of mitts, and even an umpire's mask. I brought my bat, too, and my mitt. The kid's name was Lonnie. He called together a baseball game soon after everyone from both congregations had gathered. All the boys from Calvary came to the center of the pasture. So did the boys from Shepherd's Way. So did I. Lonnie looked at me sidelong. This ain't softy ball, he said. It's a baseball game. What Lonnie didn't know is that I can knock the jelly out of any ball that comes at me, and that I'm no softy. Freddie Melvin spoke up quickly. Let her play, he said. Lonnie wasn't having it. No girls. Freddie made a sour face like he was being forced to eat okra, but he was faking. We'll put up with her. Fake sour face and all. Freddie wanted me on his team. We can stick her in the outfield, he told Lonnie. Now, I was the one making a sour face. The outfield, I protested. Everybody in Hadley knows I'm a second baser, just like Jackie Robinson. You want to play or not? Freddie asked. Yeah, I want to play, but I want to play where I can play, not dwaddle with the butterflies. Dawnie, when it's time to bat, you'll play, okay? Not okay, I huffed. But Lonnie was already assigning his players, and the game was starting. It was Shepherd's Way against Calvary. Roger was quick to join our team. Goober, too. They playing? Lonnie asked. There's only one thing I hate about baseball, losing. Couldn't tell Roger not to play, but I have some control over Goober. Before I could think of a way of gently encouraging Goober not to play, Mama was at center field volunteering him. Goober can set up, she said, and she started helping Goober make bases for whatever was nearby. Together, Mama and Goober drove the nose of a pop bottle into the dirt to mark first base. Second base was a box top. Third, a snatch of tire rubber. Home plate was a sock Goober had found stuffed with newspaper. This seemed to satisfy Goober's wanting to be on the Shepherd's Way team. Mama, Daddy, Goober, the Reverend, and a whole mess of people from Shepherd's Way pulled their picnic blankets closer to the game. Yolanda was there, too. Make it happen, Dawnie, she shouted. Show 'em you mean business, girl. The cavalry team was up first. That Lonnie kid, he sure knew his way around swinging a bat. He met Freddie's fastest pitch with a mean crack, giving me some playway out in the pasture. I scooped the ball, hurled it, but by the time Roger stumbled over his feet, Lonnie was home free and home run free. When it was our turn up, Freddie let me bat first. Lonnie was pitching. Bring it home, Dawnie, Daddy shouted. Don't just swing. Use your noggin. Think, child. Meet the ball. Home, Dawnie, Goober cheered. I had a good grip on the bat. Hiked it high over my shoulder. I was ready, feeling confident, feeling fine. When I surveyed the pasture, there was a rattling coming from the fence. All three hatches had shown up and were watching from the spot closest to Ivoryton, where the fence separates Ormond's pasture from the road. They didn't dare pipe up or misbehave. There were only 3 of them, but lots of us, including grown-ups. Just having the hatches around bothered me, though. I tried my best to ignore them, but it was hard doing. Remember the 3 brothers that picked on Goober? Those are the Hatchet brothers. It helped having Daddy coaching me from the sidelines. Chin up, Dawnie. Lonnie slammed in a pitch. Man sakes, there was fire on the stitches of his ball. Strike 1. Lonnie craned his knee high up, brought the ball back. Flam! That pitch was hotter than the last. It could have melted the fenders on Reverend Collier's Pontiac. The 2 words every batter hates shot up from behind me. Strike 2! I released my bat for a moment. Did the thing that riles Mama most. Spit in both of my palms. Choke the bat, Daddy coached. Choke it, Dawnie. Lonnie's teammates cheered him. Put it down the middle, Lonnie, man. Show her that ain't no place for a girl. Lonnie bombed me with his pitch. As slamming as it was, I never lost sight of its power. I didn't hit the ball, I laced it. High and far, all the way to St. Peter's Post at the pearly gates. I put some smooth peanut butter on that jelly donut, flung my bat, and breaknecked like heck towards the pop bot on the dirt to first base. It sure helps being big-legged. A box top never looked as good as I was landing on at second base square. Soon that rubber tire patch was calling my name. Third base! Now I was booming forward, blowing through puffed cheeks, working my way to the stuffed sock to home base. My ball had soared so far and high that it took the Cavalries a good 2 minutes to get it back. Still, every baseball player knows you're not safe till you hear the ump make the call. As I watched that stuffed sock get closer, I could hear Dawnie hollering to his outfielders, "Get the ball, she's near home!" Daddy must have kept Mama from fainting at what came next. I didn't just slide into home base. I slid on my belly, mopping the land with the front of my skirt. I'm not one for eating dirt, but dirt was sliding into home base. Tastes sweeter than brown sugar. Never mind that it stung my eyes. I was nose to the ground, smelling that musky sock, smelling home. Safe, came the call. I got to my feet, danced a happy kick step, brushed the brown sugar from my front. Our game continued through the afternoon. I hit a double and 2 more homers. Shepherd's Way beat Cavalry, but only by a little. It wasn't until the game was over that the Hatch boys left. They'd hung tight to the fence, fingers laced to its chains, watching me play. I guess Dawnie's really good at baseball. Sunday, August 1st, 1954, diary book. Calvary's minister, our guest speaker, delivered today's sermon. The Lord doesn't take sides, he said, but he does know good baseball when he sees it. Yesterday, the players from Shepherd's Way gave the Lord a front row seat to some lively ball playing. Wednesday, August 4th, 1954, diary book. Today was hotter than the hinges on the Devil's front door. Daddy and Mama took me on a practice walk to Pretty Men Corburn so that we could see how long it would take to get there from home and to make sure I'm clear about the directions on foot. Mama and Daddy don't know anything about the shortcuts Yolanda and I have found, so we walked the main streets, the longest way to get there. 2 miles is no fun in the heat. I had started out on my pogo stick, but took to hoisting it across my shoulders after just a short time. Goober noted the streets and avenues, calling out their names as we walked. Mama and Daddy peppered me with rules about what to do and not to do when I attended new school. Mama's rules were about being polite and not making trouble. Daddy was strict about safety. All the rules started the same. Always remember and don't forget, and make sure you always remember you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Don't forget to smile. Make sure you greet your new teacher courteously. Daddy gave a warning. Rule number 1, he said, keep your hands to yourself. Even Goober had rules, polite ones and safety ones. Give nice people a peanut, he said, and give mean people 3 peanuts. Monday, August 9th, 1954, diary book. Goober is not allowed to come out of our fence without first asking me or Mama or Daddy. Today he wanted a pogo lesson, but we had to stay in our small front yard to do it, which is not enough room for jumping and not enough concrete for pumping good on the pogo stick. I tried showing Goober how to pogo on grass, but my pogo kept sticking in the dirt. This made Goober cry, then wail, "Want to fly like you, Dawnie." He kept saying it over and over, louder and louder, screeching like he does when he's upset. Then he slammed the pogo stick hard on the grass and cried more. I sat him down on the back steps until he calmed down. "Let's play airplane," I said softly. Goober spread his arms wide. He ran in zigzags around our yard. "Watch out for the other planes, Dawnie, okay?" "Okay, Goober." "Do you see the other planes flying, Dawnie? Do you see them flying?" "Yes, Goober, I see them." Monday, August 16th, 1954. Diary book. Daddy brought home a new magazine today. It's called Sports Illustrated. A whole magazine about sports. Its pages were shiny and felt so good touching up against the skin on my fingers as I turned it, and the pictures I couldn't stop staring. Wednesday, August 18th, 1954. Diary book. Without asking me, Goober played with my pogo stick. I didn't like him touching my things, but the worst part is that he left the pogo stick out in the rain. The stick is already rusty enough. I'm mad as a hornet right now and ready to attack Goober, that boy. Somebody needs to leave him out in the rain so that he can rust. At least then, he'd be too stuck to mess with my stuff. I wish I could send Goober back to the planet where boys like him come from. Right now, if it were up to me, I'd put him on a rocket ship, set the destination dial to way far away, and send Goober flying off for whatever, forever. I hate when he does stuff like this. Hate it. If Mama and Daddy ever heard me saying what they call the H word, H-A-T-E, hate, I'd be the one set off on a rocket and made to live on Jupiter. Mama says that in God's eyes, there is no hate. But what about my eyes? What about my eyes that have to look at my rusted pogo stick and be hornet mad every time I see the brown crusted metal on the pogo springs? What about my eyes that have to see what happened when Goober acts up? So yeah, hate is a bad word, but when your brother leaves your favoriteest thing in the world out in the rain, you hate him for it. That's why a diary book is good. I can write the H word as much as I want. I can feel H-A-T-E, but not ever say it. I hate having a little brother like Goober. I hate putting up with his baby brother dumbness. I hate being the one who has to stick up for Goober so much. And I hate that God made Goober the way he is. Hate, hate, hate. And here are some more H words. Ha, ha, ha. Mama and Daddy can't stop me from writing hate. Instead of calling my pogo a pogo stick, I should call it a pogo stuck. More rust has set in. The spring is crusted and slow to give. Darn that Goober. Sunday, August 22nd, 1954, diary book. I think Reverend Coolier is getting lazy. His sermons used to be about things like finding joy in the Lord's surprises. Now all Reverend Coolier talks about is integration and fairness in education. Can we think of some new ideas? Thursday, August 26, 1954, diary book. Mama says grease heals. Today she slathered my pogo stick with bacon grease left over from frying, and it worked. That bacon grease made the spring like new. So I'm back to jumping on my pogo stick. It now smells like pork strips, but at least I can say bye-bye, pogo stuck. All right, we're going to stop there for today, friends. I can tell you, and I'm sure you all have siblings, I have an older brother who's 5 years older than me, and I'm sure he felt like he hated me and I hated him sometimes, but of course you love your siblings. They're special, and they can be even your best friends sometimes. So we can all feel like we hate sometimes, but really we don't hate. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Toodles.